There, so this is a video on how to use Nearpod, which you'll be using with the fourth graders today. I have Nearpod hyperlinked in the lesson plan, so when you get to Nearpod, you will need to click on Log In, and my username and password are in the lesson plan. So click Log In, where you can put in the username and password, and then click on Log In. Loading, you'll see this screen and you just need to scroll down a little bit until you see this one. This one's for fourth grade. You'll be doing something different for kindergarten, but for fourth grade, which are your first two classes, you're going to click on this and it will ask you live participation or student pace. Do you want to click on live participation? And that will get the lesson opened up and ready to go. What you need to do next is click here where it says copy link. Don't bother giving the kids the code because they never type it in right anyway, and it ends up being more of a hassle. So click copy link right here, and you can X out of this, and in your Google Meet, you're going to want to copy or paste in that address into the chat box. That way the kids can just click on that and go. They've been doing this with me all year long and for the past couple of years, so they're very familiar with how to use it. They know they just need to put in their name in the top box and then just click the blue join button. So once you have kids in, you'll be able to look down here and click on this thing and it will show you the names of all the kids that are actually in the Nearpod. After that, you're just going to click this blue arrow over here. You'll be having some conversations. Like for this first slide, you might say, well, what is alternative energy? And, just have a little question and answer session, or ask them what they wonder about alternative energy. And then you'll just click the blue button. And what happens is it changes the slide on their end. And so they'll be able to interact with the site or whatever you're looking at on their end as well. So once this slide comes up, they'll be able to do this on their own. And unless you're sharing your screen, they won't see this. I would recommend sharing my screen if I were you, just because any kids who can't get in are going to need to see what's going on. And occasionally there are kids that can't get in because sometimes Nearpod decides to be really slow and they forget how to click the refresh screen button, but whatever. So share your screen and you can scroll around like this and, just ask them questions like, what do you think this is? What do you think it's used for? What about all this water? What do you wonder about? And then you're just going to go through every slide like that. I'm going to remove this slide, obviously, because they don't need to see that. And probably this slide. Yeah, maybe I'll leave it there. And you'll come up to things like this where it would have polls and you'll be able to see the results. Now, when you're sharing your screen, whoever's watching your screen is going to be able to see all the results. So you can click on hide student names so that everybody can't see everybody else's answer. And there's like 30 some slides on this particular one, and just go through it with them. Take your time. If they have wonderings or questions or whatever, let them ask. As far as using the Google Meet, at the very beginning of class, of course, you're going to want to set up some norms as far as when you have a question, raise your hand. Otherwise, please leave your microphone off. This one, you're not going to be able to see the actual fill in the blanks, but the kids will on their screen. And basically, that's about it. Just go through here. You might have a kid read this stuff, or, have 3 kids read, 1 for each sentence, something like that. And just go through the slides, and that's about it. Let me know if you need any help. I am just a text message away because I'm taking a class, so let me know.